Welcome to my channel, Custom Scrapbook Design by Christy Stubbs, and welcome to another installment of my Scrappin Saturday series and to Saturday Morning Makes. Saturday Morning Makes is an open collaboration hosted by the Miss Jillian Norwood here on YouTube. I will link her channel down below, and you can search out all of the other designers and creators who are partaking in this collaboration by using the hashtag SatMornMakes. Today I'm combining both. I am a little short on time. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately. I am hoping to get to maybe have a little more time in my creative space and feel a little, I don't want to say pressured, but a little bit less pressured to get some stuff done in here and maybe spend a little more time on some of these layouts. But for today, I've got a short amount of time, and that's how it is. So I am going to work with the I Love School collection again by Echo Park. It is available on my website. I had also brought in extra sheets of this sheet here, and it is the backpacks. And I brought it in because I really like having lots of this like notebook paper on hand, because I find that it is pretty versatile for a lot of different things, even junk journaling and just various scrapbook layouts as your background piece. So we're going to start out by cutting off our branding strip here, and I'm going to use that as a background. I've only gotten 2 layouts out of this collection so far, but I don't have a ton left to work with as far as for creating another layout. So I was kind of struggling as to what to come up with today, because I do just have a lot of these scraps. I do have the 4x4 cut aparts left. It's got stars on the back. And this full sheet here with the crayons and the scissors, and then the full sheet with these cut aparts as well. And we've got the buses on the back side of that. And then everything else is scraps, like everything else I have cut into. So let's see what we can come up with today with what I've got left. I'm kind of struggling a little bit creatively today. Life has been hectic. Let's just put it that way. So I do have this piece here, which would make a nice stripe there. And then I was kind of looking at possibly bringing that yellow maybe across like that. What's on the other side? Yeah. We'll maybe use that piece. And then I do have that little stripe of red. Oh, I trimmed it though. It's not quite the full length, but we'll see about that one. And then I'm just going to do a single page layout again today, something quick and easy that I can kind of whip out and continue on with all of my other obligations today. So let's figure out what size photos we want to put on here. All right, I think we're going to use red for our photo mats, just because red is a good bright school color and it kind of pulls out the apples in that background page. And we're going to put 2 4x4 photos on this page. Oops, and I need to cut those at 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Already starting out. Uh-oh. This could be a rough layout, guys. All right, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 for a 4x4 photo. And I think there's probably only room for 2 on there for what I'm kind of thinking. And I guess what I am maybe wanting to do, and we'll see if that works or not, but I think I'm kind of wanting to use some of the 4x4 cut-aparts as well. So my thought was maybe 2 photos and then 2 4x4 cut-aparts, and then we can decorate the rest of it. So I was looking at these cut-aparts before I got started, and this also is a great sheet for maybe making some cards for your teacher. So this would like make a great card. I'm a teacher. What's your superpower? Even like the A is for awesome, best teacher ever. So there's several of these that would make a great card. Here's another one, an amazing teacher, hard to find and impossible to forget. Would also be a great cut apart to put on a page with a picture of your child with their teacher. So I don't know if you do that like on the first day of school, or on maybe some schools have like an orientation night. Maybe you could snap a picture with your student or your child with their teacher. So that would be a great way to use that particular cut apart as well. So I think we're going to use the cool kid at school because that's kind of a fun one. And let's see, the red isn't quite the same on the A is for awesome, so I don't think we want to use that one. We'll find a different one. So cool kid at school. I'm going to trim that little bit off the top here. And then let's pick another one. Maybe, I already kind of did the first day of school, so maybe we'll do this. I like this, if you can dream it, you can achieve it saying. Also, the I love school would look really good. If you haven't done your first day of school page, that one would work as well. Let's see. And I think we're going to back these 4x4s on a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 so that they all match up. And let's take a look at that and see. Because I cut that first one wrong, I think I'm going to need to get a whole new sheet out for that. Some days are like that. Some days don't go totally smooth. Or do we want to back that with a different color? Maybe even like a blue. Just kind of setting that back there to take a look at it. I think maybe we will back that with a blue, just to kind of break up that red a little bit. I think that would make a nice matting for that. So let's grab some blue. All right, so let's cut this right the first time. Let's go 4 1/4. And we should be able just to cut this in half and have to that measure 4 1/4. All right. So now we've got our mats for the cut aparts. Let's put those on there and see. Yeah, I think that blue pulls that, coordinates well with that sunglasses there. And then those white, of course, is going to pop off of that blue really nicely. So I think that was a good choice. All right. So I was thinking somewhere along that lines for the start of this layout. And we might cut this yellow down. I'm not really sure yet. Let's take a look. I was kind of thinking we would pull some more of the scraps because we've got a lot of these scraps over here. And let's see what we've got. We've got some apples. We've got some pencils, and then this other school one. And then I did have some of the more of the red polka dot. Actually, both reds. We do have a little bit of this one too. And that is literally about it. Like, we have really used a lot of this collection so far. Here's the back side of this piece. So let's cut. I want to cut a 2-inch strip of this. So let's go ahead and cut that. And so what I was thinking was maybe making a few little banners, tags, for adding to the right side of the page. So I've just got my Stampin' Up! Little tag maker here, and I thought maybe we could make a few of these just coming out the side. So I think if we're going to do that though, I might shrink this yellow down just a little bit because I feel like it's a little bit big. Maybe the 2 photos together and the other ones kind of further apart. I'm just checking to see how much of the yellow I could maybe potentially trim off to give a little more space on this end for the flags, because it would be nice for them to, for a little bit more of them to be seen. So I'm going to cut some of this black one as well, and I think we're going to do about 1.5 inches on that piece because I want to have the different sizes. And this cutter's hard to cut smaller pieces on. Since it's narrow enough, I'm going to pull out my Creative Memories cutter, and that way I'll get a straight cut on that. And then oh, I went the wrong way. I went upside down. That's okay. We'll just cut that again and tuck the one end underneath. And then we're going to ink all of these as well. So that's going to help those pop just a little bit better from on this white background too. And as long as we're kind of looking at that white background, I think we might take a little bit of ink and add a little ink splatter to the back side of that. But first I'm going to trim this, and I am going to trim off roughly, to start with, just 1/2 inch. I don't know if we want to go much further than that, but let's grab some ink and add a little ink splatter to this background page just to kind of add a little interest to it. So I'm going to grab my ink quick. Okay, and I decided rather than just black, I always like to pull a splatter box in. It tends to help just a little bit. I'm going to use my distress sprays, but I'm not going to spray them because I don't think I want that intense of a splatter. You get kind of a more intense splatter with the ink spray, a more concentrated, maybe, if you will, color. So I think I'm going to just pull it out and kind of splatter a little bit. I did grab a brush too. Not sure. I'm going to try this in the middle where it's going to be hidden with some paper anyway, but I thought maybe I might kind of just mess up some of those splatters a little bit. Just kind of lightly drag a brush through it and see how that looked. And I don't hate it. So I think we'll run with this plan. A little more red. Okay. And then I had brought in some blue and yellow too. I thought maybe just some of the primary colors might be nice to work with. And then I just take my handy dandy baby wipes because I use the heck out of those. I keep several packages laying around my room, and clean the red out of my brush. And now I did bring in some blue too, but I don't think this is the right blue. But we'll make it work. I thought I saw another blue, but it was purple. So we'll make this one work. Haven't used this one yet, so we'll get this opened up. The struggle is real today, you guys. Okay. And we're just going to repeat that process with the blue. And I say just use as much or as little as you want to, and maybe drag that brush kind of all over with some of that excess ink that's on there. So there we've got a little bit of blue. And then I did pull some yellow in as well. Let's clean the brush so we don't mix those. And we'll do a little bit of yellow. And you do kind of want to work fairly quickly on that because your little ink blobs can dry really fast, as my yellow dried a lot faster than the other two colors. All right. I think let's see if that gave us the desired little bit of extra color on there that I was looking for. So we'll clean our brush back out with our baby wipe. And that ink is going to dry really fast, as you may have noticed. So let's pull our color back in here. I like that. I like that extra little pop of color that it gave it. And I think once we ink these flags, they're going to stand out a whole lot better as well. And let's just add a few more flags to it. We could do a row of apples maybe. And I think I'm going to actually trim right at the bottom of one row of apples and right at the top of the second row so that we get a nice double row of apples. And let's see if I can line this up so we get the flag even, like so. And we'll do a couple more. Actually, maybe we'll just use this little tiny strip here. use this little blue strip here, and let's see what other pieces we could potentially utilize. Maybe we'll do a bigger one of this blue as well, just to get a little more color back there. Let's go with a 1-inch strip there. And got the buses. I think we're going to do another one of these. Let's see how long this one is. We might be able to cut it off and just use it. Might not. It might be too short too, but we'll give it a try here. Okay, so we've got a couple of the black. We do have a little bit of the solid blue. We've got the apples, the backpacks, and let's see. Let's maybe get everything inked, and we'll start getting all of this laid out and see how it all fits. And then we can see if we need to add any more of the flags. And then we're just going to embellish it with some of the chipboard pieces and some of the stickers. So let's start inking so that we can put everything down. Okay, gotten everything inked so far that we're ready to use. We're going to start by putting this strip down. I've mentioned this before in some of my past videos, but I really have a hard time working right to left. I tend to work left to right. So this layout's just a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'm trying to challenge myself to do a few more things lately that are more out of my comfort zone and just a little bit different. And it looks like maybe I cut that a little shy of the 12 inches. So I'm going to just trim that little tiny sliver off the bottom to level that up. And then I'm going to tape this piece down, but I'm mainly going to tape the right side of it down and leave the left open so that I can add the little flags to it. And I'm just wanting to kind of center it. I'm not one for normally centering things much, but here lately I seem to be doing a little more of it. We're about a 16th off, so I can live with that. But I do want to make sure that it looks straight with the lines on the paper. Okay, so we've got that down. Now we just need to line up our flags, and actually I might trim this one as well and get another one out of that because there's quite a bit being tucked under. And then the flag, the backpacks, like so. Just not sure how well the white on white is going to pop. So I did honestly ink those pretty heavily because of that reason right there. All right. So far, that's not terrible. I don't necessarily like the two whites right together. Maybe we'll separate those and throw that blue one in between on top. Or maybe it needs to go below. And then maybe another little one on top like so. Let's see. That's not all bad like that. I do think I want to pull in one more though. Let's see what other colors we've got over here, and I don't think I want to do the white, but maybe some of this red polka dot would be a good one to pull in. So let's trim ourselves maybe 1.25 inches. And see if that adds enough, or maybe we want to add 2 of these. Not really sure yet. We'll ink that. All right. I think I'm just needing those to overlap a little bit more, and that might be more what I'm needing. Okay, I kind of like that. I think I want to do one more of these red ones though. So let's see. Let's go ahead and just use the other end of that one. I think that'll be enough. Got the one there. And then we'll ink this other one. Something like that. I've got a nice little set of flags coming out from underneath there. All right, so we need to hook those down, and then I need to also put these down, and then we'll finish putting the page together. That's good. And then I'm going to take and add some more tape to hold the actual top layer down better. Because that, remember, I kept that loose to hold those flags. So there we go. Now we just need to decide how we're going to place our little 4x4s on here. And I kind of want the photos, I think, to be together, and maybe the other cut aparts, kind of a little more distance with those. So let's go ahead and put those down too. I think we've got a good handle on this. I'm not going to press this down because I want to make sure I line this other one up about the same distance, and that's going to work really good. All right, let's get this one down. And I'm trying to place it the same distance from the side and the same distance down, just eyeballing it kind of roughly so they look similar. And then we'll do the same with the cut aparts. And the cut aparts, I'm going to bring it in from the side and closer to the other mat. Oh, I didn't press that down, obviously. It's not holding. There we go. And then let's do the same closer off the page, about like so. This one's slightly crooked. Let's fix it. Again, if I'm using the lines on the bottom here, I wouldn't be crooked. So let's get that straightened out. There. Okay. So we've got the basic layout done. We've got some stickers we can add to it, and we have some of the chipboard accents we can add to it as well. And then I think that is really all this layout needs. I don't think we need to add much more. So let's see what we can add. And wrap this layout up. Okay. We're going to add the school. And we're going to use the chipboard school. So I want to add the school right here at the bottom. And what about the bus? Let's see if the bus will work or not. I mean, it will. I kind of don't want to cover up the other hole for the loose leaf paper. I don't know why. Because I'm being silly about that, maybe. There's a lunch box, calculator, highlighter, we're just going to start pulling all kinds of stuff in here, adding a cute little scene to the bottom there. And then we've got our pencil sharpener here and the eraser there. I kind of feel like that's it off of there. So we've got a little scene here, little scene here. I'm not positive on the school bus yet. Maybe right there. And then we do have lots of stickers here that we could add to it too. I actually think we might use this school bus and go across the top up there instead. Yeah, I'm kind of think that's what we'll do. And then we're going to pull this backpack in here up here. Pull those glasses in there. The clock. The apple. I've got a couple pairs of scissors here. I'm just going to kind of come down this border a little bit. And I might add the other scissors right up here. And then the other apple. We're going to pull that apple up and put that one there. I don't like the red by the red necessarily. So, I do have the glue bottle too. We've got the little seam going up the side there. And if I can pull these back up, I'm going to pull these off. I'm going to leave that for a journaling spot. Put that back on the sticker sheet to be used another time. And then I'm also kind of wondering if maybe rather than all chipboard pieces, I should kind of alternate some of these and use something a little flatter. But that doesn't work out. Good. Let's use the calculator, the lunchbox, and then we'll add the notebook. Like so, and kind of layer those. So this piece I'm going to glue down. And then let's do the same up here. Let's kind of maybe alternate between the chipboard and the stickers just to give it a little bit of different dimension, I think. So what do I have on the sticker sheet? The eraser, looks like I've used. The highlighter I haven't, and the pencil sharpener I haven't, but it's a lot smaller than the one that I've got here. So maybe we move this out here and just use the highlighter sticker in between. So we've got the two chipboard pieces there. Going across like so. Okay, anything else we need to add? I'm thinking it looks pretty darn good. Oh, I did have the eraser. That's all right. I like the way we've got it. I think that, oh, we need to put the school down. Almost missed it. Okay, I think that didn't turn out too bad for not having much of a start. A lot of my splatters ended up getting covered up, which is fine. I kind of wish I maybe would have got just a touch more down at the bottom, but you can see there are little bits of the brush strokes down there. So as far as that goes, I think that looks good. And I am going to add this one sticker Because where I pulled up those glasses, I can see a little piece. And I've just got the grade sticker. And then you could add a sticker with whatever grade it is right here, and then their picture is right here. So I think that looks good. So thank you so much for joining me this Saturday morning for my Scrappin' Saturday series, and again for Saturday morning makes. And if you want more ideas and inspiration, please follow me here on YouTube. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and then also find my Create with Christy. It will have my photo there. It's a private group on Facebook where I will be sharing more tips and tricks and layouts and more of my studio and just kind of all kinds of different things. Hopefully I'll be able to go live there too as soon as my personal life slows down just a little bit. So I hope you all find a little time to create today and enjoy this beautiful Saturday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.